1000 Inventions that changed the world. Pike. The pike, a long thrusting spear used primarily in infantry formations, has a rich historical perspective spanning centuries of warfare and military strategy. Its origins can be traced back to ancient civilizations such as Greece and Macedonia, where it played a significant role in the armies of Alexander the Great and his successors. However, the pike's true prominence emerged during the late Middle Ages and the Renaissance, where it became a dominant weapon on the battlefield. The use of long spears resembling pikes dates back to antiquity, with ancient Greek hoplites employing similar weapons known as sarissas. These spears, typically measuring around 4 to 6 meters, 13 to 20 feet in length, were wielded by infantry soldiers in tightly packed formations called phalanxes. The sarissa's long reach and formidable piercing power made it a formidable weapon against cavalry charges and infantry assaults. During the medieval period, the pike underwent further development and refinement, particularly in Europe. Pike formations became a staple of medieval warfare, with infantry soldiers equipped with long spears or pikes forming defensive lines known as schiltrons, or hedgehogs. These formations were highly effective against cavalry charges, as the long pikes could impale or repel charging horses, disrupting enemy formations and creating defensive barriers. The pike reached the height of its prominence during the Renaissance period, particularly in the 15th and 16th centuries. It became the primary weapon of infantry soldiers in large, organized formations known as pike squares or pike squares. These formations consisted of tightly packed ranks of pikemen armed with long pikes, often supported by other infantry units armed with shorter weapons such as swords or halberds. Pike squares played a crucial role in Renaissance warfare, particularly during the Italian Wars and the 30 Years' War. They were used by various European powers, including Spain, France, England, and the Holy Roman Empire, in battles and sieges across the continent. Pike formations were highly effective against cavalry charges, providing a solid wall of spears that could impale or repel charging horsemen. Despite its effectiveness on the battlefield, the pike's prominence began to decline in the late 17th century with the advent of firearms and changes in military tactics. The introduction of muskets, rifles, and artillery rendered pike formations vulnerable to ranged attacks, as pikemen lacked the firepower to engage enemy troops at a distance. Additionally, changes in battlefield terrain and tactics favored more mobile and versatile infantry units over large, static pike formations. Although the pike fell out of favor as a primary battlefield weapon, its legacy endured in military history and culture. Pike formations left an indelible mark on European warfare, influencing military tactics, strategy, and organization for centuries. The image of rows of pikemen marching in formation became synonymous with the disciplined and formidable infantry of the Renaissance era. In conclusion, the historical perspective of the pike reveals its evolution from ancient origins to Renaissance prominence and eventual decline in the face of changing warfare. As a symbol of organized infantry tactics and disciplined combat, the pike remains an iconic weapon of medieval and Renaissance warfare, embodying the martial traditions and strategies of bygone eras.